Well, hello everybody, and welcome to our next Channeling the New Earth teachings through Ascended Master Lakeshma. So, as many of you know, my name is Kimberley Leite, and I channel the beings of the light. So, if those of you who are coming across this for the first time, Lakeshma is an Ascended Master from Atlantis, and she teaches the New Earth teachings. For when she was in Atlantis was the start of the first Great Awakening, and its many parallels that occurred at that time that is now happening now to assist us in our current Great Awakening shift. And we are joined by Patreon members. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to go now into trance and bring forth Lakeshma. Hello, dear ones. It is Lakeshma coming through. It is with such honor that we come through again in this way. Much great shifts are upon you, dear ones. Are you feeling the shifts? Are you feeling it? Boys and girls, my dear ones, time has come upon you to surrender to more of who you are, to surrender to these abilities that are coming online for you. Dear ones, you have done much processing of the programs that no longer serve you. You have done much processing of the dimensions that no longer serve you in your collective. Now you are activating the new earth right here and now within you. You are now activating who you truly are multidimensionally with all your gifts from the oneness states of who you are is now being activated within you. Can you see it? Can you feel it? Are you experiencing it? My dear one, it is happening because you called for it. Yes, you called for it. You wanted it to happen because those of you who are here, those of you existing here are the advanced ones. You are the teachers, the Wayshowers, the Lightworkers. You are here to be the light for others, to shine the light for others, to guide them in their own rediscovery of their own light. And that is how you are building the bridge, dear ones. You are building a bridge, a network between all others of you, of all your brothers and sisters, as you rise together in your dimensional experience of physical reality. My dear ones, who you are is so much more than you can ever comprehend. And yes, we have given you some insights about this. But the journey here is for you to have it activated within you. And many of you are having this now activated within you, through you, into your conscious awareness. Because the collective is at a frequency where this is possible. Collectively, you are vibrating in a dimension of oneness that allows these truths of who you are to become realized. And yes, there may be some dissonance here, some certain, we would say, effects within your physical vessel, within your consciousness. Because who you were in this physical reality has shifted. And because of that, who you are now is far more expansive, far more attuned to the source state of who you are, attuned to your multidimensionality, attuned to your purpose here. And because of this, dissonance may be affected, dissonance may be experienced because you are stepping into the unknown here. You are rebirthing your purpose here in physical reality. Everything in every dimensional experience, every form that you've ever been in existence of, is all here assisting you. It has allowed you to express life magically, most potentiality, to allow you to express fully your purpose here. That is why you were here. Can you feel the shift, dear ones? This shift has always been the dimensions of where you remember, where you realize your divine gifts, your psychic gifts, the truths of who you are, why you were here. This is coming online for you, dear ones. It's about surrendering to it. And we know that some of these shifts can be uneasy. Some of you even fear your own power. Some of you even fear these abilities because there is no comparison for many of these. You like to compare as a species. You like to compare on what's already existing in your physical reality. But it's about trusting it, trusting the inner guidance now. We can only guide you to a certain point here. Then you must fully surrender to it. Surrender to the power of who you are. Because the power of who you are and of the wisdom is already within you. It is now being activated through the frequency that the collective is now vibrating at. And if you are not seeing these abilities, then ask yourself, what is the resistance here? If you are watching or listening to this, then you are at that frequency to have these come online. So look at your resistance here. This is the only thing that is stopping you from having these truths come to your awareness. And yes, it might appear to be small steps, but everything is happening in accordance to the perfect divine journey that you have chosen. Do not compare your journey with any others. Dear ones, can you feel this power now being realized by you? This is where you are at. You chose it, so embrace it. You will be called to step more into your power, more into the unknown. You'll come more to put yourself out there in your physical reality with your purpose. And yes, this may cause you fear because you like to feel secure in your physical reality. You like to have the comfort of others, the acceptance of others, to verify the importance of who you are in this physical reality, to allow you to feel a sense of love and security in this reality. But understand here that all those paradigms were aligned to a paradigm of human collective that is now on the verge of being transmuted by you, by the collective. So that paradigm no longer serves you, my dear one. It is time now to step into your power regardless of what others will think, regardless of what your reality will reflect as a result. But of course, you can choose not to take the steps that have been guided to you. But understand that if you have this guidance come to you and you resist it, understand here that the resistance within you will be felt in your physical body. So embrace it. Understand here that the resistance comes from not knowing the unknown, comes from how you would have the full manifestation of what you were guided to do. So let go of that dimension, let go of that perception of how it will manifest. Act on the guidance step at hand, no matter how small it is. Understand here that the resistance comes from the not knowing, from the new you that is being birthed into physical reality. You are not here to cruise through life. You are here to step into your power. Those of you watching or listening to this, you are the light for others. And understand, you don't have to know all the steps here. You don't have to know the grand mission here, so to speak. It is about acting on the guidance, no matter how small, in no matter what capacity it is, because you cannot foresee the power in your inspired actions and your inspired words. Perhaps you're inspired to speak to a friend. You do not know the full consequences of this. For a few words to a friend in private can trigger an expansion wave within them, can activate the codes within them far beyond your comprehension, creating a ripple effect. So understand here that no action is small. For every action that inspired to do causes a reaction, causes an activation far beyond your comprehension of physical reality. You are planting the seeds. You are giving permission for others to share their light. So it's time for you now to step beyond your discomfort. If you want to let go of this resistance, because that is the resistance within you. Resistance is you not believing that you can trust in the unknown, trusting in your powers. Perhaps it is because you do not see yourself as worthy and capable of such powers. Perhaps it is an imprint of another life you have lived or living, in which certain powers cause you harm. And so without knowing the full details of this life, you have this imprint of fear within you, but understand it's all part of your soul contracts. And within these imprints, within these soul contracts lies a powerful activator that will activate your life purpose in this reality. Understand it's all here for you. And this is why there is so much power in stepping past the fear that is presented to you. Understand that your power is on the other side of fear. It's not about bypassing the fear. It is about processing and surrendering to the power of you and the power of your light, because you are never alone. Understand here that who you are is multidimensional, and all your higher selves, all your guides, all the non-physical, no matter what label you like to place on the oneness state of you in all the multi-dimensions. Understand that we are all assisting you in this process. So surrender to the power of you. You do have the power. You are worthy of this, regardless of what your current physical reality looks like. You are highly advanced. You will not be yearning for such answers and teachings otherwise. It is your higher self. There are aspects of you that is calling you to remember the truth in your conscious awareness. And this is why you search for what resonates with you. And this is why you were drawn to such teachings. Because the part of you is trying to get your attention, trying to activate that remembrance within you of who you are and why you are here. But understand that every aspect of your reality is part of the ascension process, is part of the journey to explore and to activate your abilities and your purpose in your conscious awareness. It's about embracing all aspects of your reality and your experiencing, surrendering to it, opening your heart. And yes, some abilities may startle you, some abilities may even confront you, even trigger memories from other lives, other dimensions. But understand here, this is part of your empowerment process. This is how you are uniting your oneness state, your oneness consciousness into this physical reality. So embrace this process, or understand here. The more you resist, the more you will feel it. So choose love, choose acceptance of it, surrender to it. Understand that there is no need to suffer through any experiences that you are going through. Understand it is for you. And if it is very intense conditions you are going through, then just know it relates to your purpose here, relates to what you wanted to explore here as part of your ascension journey, as part of the collective journey. So understand here, it is for you in every single way. So although at times it may be so difficult for you that you want to give up, that you want to end soul contracts, so to speak, that you want to remove yourself, understand here that you always have free will, but understand here that these feelings of intensity that you may feel, no matter how difficult they are only a fleeting moment of your perceived time. Understand here the gifts are within embracing it by feeling it, surrendering to the truth that you are not alone in your processes, that you are always safe, surrendering to the truth of how powerful you truly are. So dear ones, do you feel that power bubbling up to the surface? Of course, many of you already know your power, seen glimpses of who you are. If you've even had experiences, and this will only become stronger within you the more you let go of the resistance and the more you surrender to what is occurring with you in the collective. Who you are is transforming beyond a physical nature. And because of this, you are experiencing abilities and wisdoms and truths that do not align from a human perception of history, a human experience, human abilities. They are beyond this because you are beyond human. My dear one, is about seeing the oneness of who you are, that you are truly connected with your oneness state here in physical reality. And you can be the bridge for yourself and for the multi-dimensions in which you exist into this physical reality. You can use all the wisdom and your abilities from who you are, from your multi-dimensional expressions, and have them assist you consciously in this reality. And this is the way forward for the human collective. And you are here because you are at the forefront of this transition. You're in the forefront of this transition of consciousness, the shift of consciousness, of physical reality, the attraction, the manifestation of these higher dimensions of existence into your physical reality. So you, as the Lightworkers and the Wayshowers, have chosen to step into your power, have chosen to be the light for others, whether it is a grand mission, so to speak, whether it is a simple word to a friend, whatever the actions are, you are holding the light for others. So listen to the inspiration and the paradigms of being rejected by others, by not being loved. Understand that, yes, the collective is still attaching to this. And because of this paradigm, it is still in the collective consciousness. And as such, it may still be an influence for you. It is a paradigm that was necessary for a timeline of the human collective. But understand that that is no longer needed now. So as this transmutation of that paradigm becomes completed in this physical reality timeline, continue to have the awareness that the fear might still be there because of this, but you have moved beyond this. And it's time for you now to release that and to step into who you are. That everyone in your reality, that everyone that comes across you and your light came to you for a reason. They were attracted for you. They were attracted to you as part of a beautiful soul contract, as part of a soul family system to assist you and them to remember their own light, to create the bridge of the human collective in oneness, expansion. Dear one, it's with such love that we come through today, dear ones. Are you feeling the shift? Are you feeling those abilities come online? Are you experiencing the expansion? Are you already seeing the evidence of this in your reality?
Yes.
And what is that, dear one?
For me, it's I can feel that my consciousness changing. I see things that I didn't see. I realize things. I feel things that are different. And I don't think I could explain them really now, or especially not earlier. More intuition, of course. More sensitivity to everything. Sensitivity to heat is apparently one of my gifts, and I'm noticing more and more of that. So, yeah, many other things, but a lot of tiredness and pains and suffering and all that, of course. But it's getting easier.
Understand here, the fact it's been intense for you just shows you how powerful you are. And the intensity, the challenges that you experience is all part of your process to further activate your awareness of who you are. So understand here that any symptom, no matter how intense, is for you. It is not about wishing it away. It is about seeing the gifts within it. For it is in embracing those challenges, those emotions, those felt physical symptoms. It is in that where you further activate your abilities. And it's giving you an opportunity to use your powers to further transmute the perceived unwanted, to further transmute belief systems, densities within you that is no longer required for your current exploration here. So it's giving you the opportunity to test your powers on yourself here. It's giving you an opportunity to bear witness to how powerful you are in the processes here. So you have this ability, so trust it. And it is getting easier because you are surrendering more to it. You are surrendering more to the process. It is the resistance that has limited you in processing your journey here. So understand here, every step that you take, every program that you transmute, every belief that you transmute that is no longer needed for your expansion, every step along your journey, you then activate more of your abilities, more of your knowings, because it is through frequency, it is through the vibration in which you activate that wisdom within your conscious awareness. So, dear one, be proud of your journey. Acknowledge how far you have come. Whenever you feel down, whenever you question where you are in your journey, see how far you have come and see the evidence and see how it's been for you and how such challenges were absolutely necessary to assist you to take the inward journey, for you to have this awareness of just how powerful you are. See how it is all linked here. And it's about surrendering to the process. And yes, it may require you to have patience here, but understand that time is an illusion. Understand that everything is happening in accordance to your divine path. Everything is happening the way it's supposed to be and in the pace it's supposed to be.
Thank you very much. I can see that more clearly now. That it was necessary for me to actually pay attention and start my journey. but it's, yeah, I needed a kick in the butt, so to say.
D1, use the abilities that are now being activated within you to use those abilities to transmute the fear programs still within you that you're still attached to. Use your own powers here. This will further assist you to activate more of who you are, because it'll allow you to see for yourself just how truly powerful you are and just how truly capable you are. So understand it is for you in every way. So embrace every challenge, embrace every difficult emotion, every difficult physical experience, because it is all for you. It's part of your journey here that you wanted to explore here. And now that you are starting to see this for yourself, you are starting to connect the dots here. You will only create further expansion. So prepare yourself, D1. Prepare yourself for more abilities coming online, for you being able to step into the unknown, to allow you to let go of further resistance when you start to see and experience a reality shift beyond your comprehension, because you'll be required to embrace this and step into the unknown when it arrives, D1. So continue to process your letting go of the resistance and surrendering, and you'll be led every single step of the way, D1.
Thank you.
Is there any other questions, D1s?
Hi.
Hello, D1.
I'm just curious. I've been, I guess, for the last year or two, experiencing like pain in my solar plexus area, and it's not something I've had my whole life. But it seems like anxiety, perhaps, is there. But also, it seems like sometimes that's also where I experience, like, if I experience happy anticipation, also feels like it comes from there. But yeah, I'm just curious if you have any advice to release whatever is happening in the solar plexus.
Solar plexus activity for you aligns to how you are stepping into your power and stepping into your purpose. So perhaps look at the resistance here and you stepping into your purpose. Perhaps you make excuses for yourself in you stepping into your power and the guidance that comes to you. But understand here, it's also activations that's taking place. Activations that allows you to remember your power and your purpose. Understand that the energies of what you perceive as a divine feminine is coming online. It is it's an energy frequency that is being activated in the whole collective. And understand here that divine feminine is not a gender of female in your terminology. Here it is a state of consciousness, and it's being, we would say, activated in your conscious awareness to assist in the recalibration of the current collective consciousness, to assist in the unison consciousness of humanity. So understand that much of these activations will be felt in this area, as well as the root chakra in your terminology. But understand here, it is the power that is being activated. So listen to it. It is aligned to systems within your body. So listen to what your stomach is telling you, because it is aligned to this intelligence of what you call as your stomach. So start to open your senses to how parts of your physical body can assist you here in a specific area. Perhaps it is specific foods that can assist you here, to assist in the transition here, in the processes here. But understand here that the energy calls on you to step into your power. You may not feel that you are ready. You may not feel you are capable of doing this. So it is about changing your perspective that you are capable, that you have all the abilities within you, and that you are able to take the steps when they are guided to you. So make that declaration to yourself and take the steps that are guided to you, and you'll find with each step that you take that's been guided to you, you will find that more of these activations will come online, and it will ease any uneasy symptoms in that area. Because, my dear one, it is your divine intelligent being alerting you to certain beliefs and certain actions that perhaps you are not taking and taking. Can't you see here how everything is working in unison to assist you here? But this is your center of empowerment, your center for stepping into your purpose here. And this is why there are so many of you that are having certain activations and certain experiences around this energy center. It's because you are now being called to step further into your power, dear ones. Can you see any resistance in your reality, dear one?
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, if I follow some of the guidances, like, trying to connect to earth, let's say, or ground, and it does feel like when I can come to a place of empowerment, like you said, like a more positive vision, it releases a bit, but then it comes back. But it's a process, I guess.
It is a process, dear one. So it's about surrendering to the process. Understand you're going through many activations here. So understand, because you are having certain activations, your physical vessel will respond to this, because there is no separation from the activations taking place to your perceived physical body. There is no separation. Because there is no separation, you will feel this in your physical body. And the more you become sensitized to the energies that are being interplayed here and activated within you, you will feel this more within you. So understand that this is just a process for you to remember more of who you are. So look at it from a state of curiosity and allow yourself to see it as evidence that you are shifting, evidence that you are expanding, evidence that you are receiving activations to remember more of your purpose and your abilities here. So you can see this from a perspective of excitement, because what's to follow is the remembrance, is you being attuned to a clearer channel within you, to the guidance coming to you. Can't you see how it is all for you? So it is about seeing all these processes that are felt or experienced in your physical form as for you, as part of your journey here, as proof of how powerful you are.
Thank you.
D1. Is there any other questions today, D1s?
Hi, Lakeshma.
Hello, D1.
Lakeshma, I wanted to ask you, I've noticed a lot of people's psychic ability has come on recently. And Kimberly and I, we were talking, and she's getting more abilities too. The ones who are not awake, I'm assuming, or I'm guessing, that they are too feeling something that is perfect for them. Like whatever level you are, that's what's happening. because it's guided by your soul, but the energy is still coming to earth for our grand awakening. So either you resist it or you're in the flow for the grand ascension. Yes. Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure because there's so many people still very, very asleep in the illusion. And I do see humanity waking up. But I was just wondering, I was like, wow, how can they not feel this? But they, my guidance was saying it's because it's not allowed into their field. It's always at the perfect amount for every person individually. And I went, okay, that makes sense.
That is correct, mighty one, because it depends on their vibration. So understand that certain activations can only occur if that person is at a certain vibration. And what creates that certain vibration is where they are in their state of awareness, where they are in the processing of the programs that no longer serve them. You call this shadow work. So understand here, for those of you that are experiencing more of your abilities come online, it's because you've done so much processing. So those of you, those amongst you in the world that you deem as unawakened are still highly advanced, and they are the ones that assist you to further activate your abilities by being your trigger or being your mirror. But understand here that some of them have chosen not to remember who they are in their conscious awareness. It does not mean that they are not advanced. It's just that means that they have chosen not to remember the truth of who they are. So understand that if they have chosen who they are, then they will remember. But understand this is the role for you. This is the role for all of you, the Lightworkers and the Wayshowers, to give permission for others to remember their own light. By you expressing yourself authentically, courageously, it gives them permission to then act on their own inner guidance. Can't you see the chain and the bridge that you are creating here? So understand here that all the beings that is existing here is all highly advanced. Everyone is playing a role. Understand here that for some beings, if they knew who they truly are, they will not be able to fill the specific role for you to be a catalyzer. Can't you see? If they knew their actions, if they knew their fears, understand here that the mirror system would not be as effective. So can't you see that the mirror system is necessary? And this is why there were those still unawake in your terminology, but understand that they are awakened. They're just playing this role. So if they are in your frequency, in your vibration, then you can assist them to remember their own light, and they will feel the energies. Many who have not done the shadow work, those of you who've termed as unawakened, they will be called to process. They will be called to process their purging symptoms. They will be called to address their shadows. And this is what's happened for the collective. You as a collective have been called to address this collectively through grand events in your world society, such as the what you've termed as the COVID situation, the bushfires, the election that has affected the collective consciousness. So understand here that you can see that these events that is occurring on a global level that is affecting the conscious awareness of the collective is actually assisting in the process of collective shadow work. But in collective shadow work, you are also called to do your individual shadow work. So understand that they are doing the work, even if they might currently not feel called to their own individual work. The collective events that have occurred and that will occur will force them to do their shadow work. So understand here that the resistance will prevent them from doing their own individual work until a certain point. So yes, dear one, as you know, there's been many great events that have occurred over the last year, that has triggered and catalyzed the collective in many different ways. So understand more events will come that will assist in this process. And this is why you are doing your work now, so you can be the way shower for others, so you can be the light when those are fearful. For as you know, dear ones, in your terminology, that first contact of the galactic ones are coming. And of course, when this occurs in your reality, those who have not done the shadow work, those who have not asked those existential questions from the last previous events, might find this difficult to accommodate. There may be some dissonance here. There'll be many questions asked about who they are in their reality and how they fit into their reality. There will be many questions answered. So understand that this is a process, and this is why the great expansion events have occurred, to allow a certain number of those people that were able to deal with these situations to raise their frequency to such a point. So when this event does occur, it will be known in the collective, you can be the comforters for those who are in fear. You can be the light for others to show them that this is happening for them, to show them that they are friends, to show them that they are here to assist you and the collective to remember more of their oneness state. So understand that everything is happening on a collective level that is aligned to the collective soul contracts, is aligned to the shifts of consciousness. So understand here that perhaps it might not be their individual time to perceive the shifts occurring, and that is okay. Understand that they are still going to be affected by perceived situations that are outside of themselves. And this will force them to a point where they will need to address their shadows. They can only hold on to the resistance for a certain amount of time. They will not be able to continue this resistance because it'll be felt within the physical body. It'll be manifested in the physical body. It'll be the physical vessel trying to communicate to that individual that there is work that is required to be done here. There will be a time when they'll be forced to look at their shadows. So understand here, this is why it is vital for you as the light workers and the Wayshowers to be the light for others, whether it is just a comforting word to someone that you know. You don't know what this comforting word can do for those who might be experiencing fear. So, and this is why there's so many of you being activated right now, because you are bridging the light, bridging the state of consciousness for all those who are unawakened to the truth of who you are. So when that time comes for the next great event, you will be able to assist in this great evolutionary event that will transform the collective into another higher frequency oneness state of consciousness. Because once the collective understands that they are more than one people, that will automatically activate a next evolutionary stage within them. It'll activate a new journey of oneness remembrance. So understand that everything that you're experiencing, everything that you have experienced is allowing you to most magically express your purpose here and what's to come for the human collective. So understand here that this is why only the most advanced beings are here today, because you are the light and the way showers for others, giving permission to surrender, to feel safe in surrendering and processing the fears that they are experiencing and that may still experience, because the collective is still attached to the paradigm of fear here, but understand it's a dualistic catalyst that assists in the evolution. So understand there is nothing wrong with fear, and understand that even though you do all your shadow work and you do all the processes, there will be times when you are triggered by fear. But that's because it is still part of the human collective story in this current timeline, but it is shifting. The consciousness paradigm is shifting into what you have called as New Earth. And the consciousness state where everybody remembers more of who they are is available, can be attracted to the collective consciousness, but it is just one step at a time, and it might take more than one lifetime is physical reality to do so. So understand, if they cannot process that fear in this current reality, it is okay when you are planting the seeds for them. So that single word, that single inspired advice that you may give, plants a seed. Even if it is an action, it is an unspoken word. An inspired action with others plants the seed that helps to awaken them to more of who you are. So it is about letting go of the attachments of how the information or the action will affect them in their ascension journey. Trust that you have planted the seeds for them, and it is in those activation seeds where they will be able to further trust the guidance within. You are building the bridge by planting the seeds, dear one. So understand the importance of every action that you take that's inspired, every word that you speak that's inspired. You are creating that bridge of consciousness to assist in this collective shift, dear one.
Lakeshma, one of the things that I want to discuss, so you just said, so for example, I've been guided a lot that there may be a lot of humans transitioning out because it wasn't their sole purpose to ascend on the new earth. I said, no problem. I understand. I can, but I think what you just said was, even though they didn't ascend in this timeline because they chose not to, because of their fear or soul contract or whatever, that is still planting a seed for their next incarnation to understand more of who they are in their field of energy. Okay, now one more thing. The message I got from the non-physical team, which you're part of, what was interesting was my mother was born in 1939. I just saw my coworker's grandfather pass away in born April of 1939. My mom was born in March 1939. So he was 81 years old that he passed just recently. And I didn't think anything of it, Lakeshma. However, that's when they swooped right in and they said, your mother is holding the timeline for all entities born during that era of World War II. She's holding space for others to transition, even though she's not ready to transition, but she's holding space and she's doing way more work than you realize. And I said, wait a second. So I know I'm anchoring the new energies through New Earth through me. And so my mother is holding a timeline for World War II for a collective, for the soul collective to heal or move through whatever. Did I understand that correctly?
D1, there is much going on here, but understand here that your mother is highly advanced because you were born through her. If she was not advanced, you wouldn't have chosen her as your mother. Can't you see here? So understand here that every being that exists here on earth is assisting in all those that are existing in that correlating dimension of consciousness. So yes, your mother, for an example, assists in holding, and we would say planting the seeds in holding that dimension of experience for all those in that dimension. But this goes for all others, dear one. So understand that no matter what generation you are born into, you are part of a certain field of consciousness, a certain frequency field, and you are all assisting others in expanding and and allowing all others to explore in that playground of that correlating dimension. There is, we would say, a collective consciousness, a unique connection between all others, between all beings in each correlating dimension. Understand that you are and all others are assisting all that is assisting all your brothers and sisters in many different ways. So understand here that yes, your mother has this ability, but understand you, all beings that are existing here are also doing, we would say, a similar experience. They're experiencing a similar purpose here. So understand that fundamentally, yes, there are unique abilities that many of you have, all of you have, expressed in all unique ways. So understand here that if someone has a challenging life experience, it is because they are highly advanced. And for instance, in your mother, she had certain challenges because she was highly advanced and because she wasn't able to process the energies that she was feeling, the seeds, the information within her. So understand this is why shadow work is so important, because if you don't do your shadow work, you're unable to handle the certain abilities that perhaps you were destined to always have as part of your soul contracts. And if you're unable to handle such energies and information, this can manifest in ways that can then be detrimental in your life, a perception of detrimental life experience. So understand here that she's but one of many, my dear one, that assists in this shift. So you, dear one, you are also assisting all those in your generation to be the bridge, and all others are also bring the bridge for their generation, for each entry point in this reality through Gaia, through the perception of time, holds a certain frequency. The moment you are born through Gaia and through your physical mother, allows you to then have an imprint of a certain code that matches that code of Gaia, that matches a certain frequency point, because you've entered onto the Earth's plane through that space-time continuum through a certain point. So everyone holds this specific code within them. So, and that creates a certain dimensional field, a certain playground for all others in that vibrational vicinity that has a vicinity of that codes within them. So who you truly are is truly multidimensional. So understand here that your mother, yes, she had some awareness of this gift. She had certain energies arise within her. Understand that she was not able to fully process it at the time, but understand that you as her daughter, you were born through her and of Gaia. So by you being in the light, by you acting on your inspired words and your inspired guidance here in relations to your mother, you help to reignite that seed within her. You help to ease the transition into remembering the truth of who she is and remembering why she is here, and understand that may be dissonance, and dissonance is a common reaction to those who might not have the tools and abilities to process the information at hand. And some of them can choose to switch it off. And if people choose to switch it off, then they'll find that their lives might manifest a life that is reflective of resistance. So by you being her daughter, by you acting on inspired guidance and wisdom here, you can ease the resistance for her. She still might choose not to remember who she is. She might then choose with your love and guidance for her to feel safe, and then to consciously explore it if she wishes. It might be a point where the fear is so strong in her that perhaps just the start of the exploration, just the seed and knowing it is safe to explore it, might be enough for her for this life incarnation. So understand here that this is why as well that it is so vital, and so we would say expansive when you can act on the guidance at hand, whether it is a word, whether it is a guidance step, whether it is a certain action. It might seem small to you, but you just cannot comprehend what that does energetically within them. So yes, you are truly multidimensional in many different ways, because you have the codes of Gaia within you. You have the codes of your birth parents within you. There are many different codes that helps to activate dimensional experiences in this reality. And everyone is assisting because you're all connected in oneness. There are many different ways you're connected to oneness. And it is now when you are starting to remember the different ways you are connected, you have access to such information because you are at a certain vibrationary point that you're ready to comprehend more of the oneness state of who you are. So yes, this is another aspect of why and how you are assisting one another to assist in the collective great awakening shift. So understand, even those that may seem unawakened are truly advanced. They're just playing a role for you to allow you to assist you in your journey. You planting a seed for them, they are planting a seed for you. It is a co-creation here on being catalyzed, on acting on guidance. It is a process of helping others to shine light on your blind spots of awareness, so to speak. Because if everyone knew their purpose and why they were here in this stage of your current evolution, then there will be no trigger. And the current collective needs those catalysts to assist the Lightworkers and the Wayshowers, to assist them to activate their purpose here, and to assist in the activation of one another. And this is a part of a dualistic system. It is a part of a catalyst system that the human collective are a part of. But yes, you are moving past those dynamics of fear and love as catalysts and activators. You're moving into something else, but it's just one step ahead. But you have those abilities and those programs within you as tools to assist you co-create your ascension journey here. So this is why there is nothing wrong with fear, and why fear and love are both perfect and are both a vital part of a catalyst creation for the human collective. Because you as a collective are still attached to that duality timeline where you need the fear and love to catalyze you into your purpose, to activate you into your purpose. But understand there'll be a time when that catalyst of fear will be transformed into something else. But until then, understand that everything is occurring in your vibration. Everything that is occurring in your reality is for you. And this is why all emotions and all triggers is all for you. It is aligned perfectly to this state of collective consciousness. So this is why there's no need to reach for there's no need to reach for other, I would say, to reach for other methods that replaces fear, because it is in feeling the fear in this current level of vibration where you transmute it. It is not about bypassing the fear, because fear is a vital activator for the collective consciousness shift. So understand, as you do your own shadow work, you will see within your own experience that fear being transmuted. You'll see this more on an individual level before you see it on a collective level, because you are at the forefront here, because those of you who are the Lightworkers and the Wayshowers, you have chosen to transmute that catalyst paradigm of fear before the entire collective is able to reach that vibration. So this is all part of your work, and this is all part of the bridging of the collective consciousness into oneness remembrance.
So Lakeshma, I know Kimberly's voice is going, so just one more question before you pop out. Spring Equinox. I am hearing a lot of chatter from the other side about the spring, the new beginning, the new me, the bop, 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 bop. Do you, since I have you live, would you like to tell us anything about the spring equinox?
Mighty One. Yes, there are many shifts in Gaia's consciousness that is also affected by shifts within the universe, shifts within the planets. So there is specific activations of energies that take place due to certain alignments. You've called these your equinoxes, but understand here that the shifts of consciousness is also created from these alignments to assist you in your journey here.
Yeah.
With the evolution of Gaia, with the evolution of all the planets, of source of all that is, allows a certain portal to be experienced.
Ah.
And it is in this portal that allows certain energies to be shifted within Gaia, within the universe, within all the stars, within all the galaxies. So because of this portal, with all these energies assisting in Gaia, because you are existing as part of Gaia, you then absorb these frequencies and energies and activations through her as part of you. You are working unison with her, with all that is, because all that is within you, part of your non-physical creation and part of your physical creation. But understand here that everyone is going to experience the shifts differently. And yes, there will be certain energies available to you and the collective. It is up to you of what you do with it. So understand everyone has free will here. So just because certain energies will help to, we would say, it affects a certain frequency of Gaia, therefore it's going to affect the collective consciousness. Not everyone will feel the shifts. It's only those of you who are sensitive enough to feel the shifts and understand that these are energies are just here to further assist you in your journey. But it's not going to be it's not going to be a magic pill here. It is giving you access to energies to more easily activate and process the shifts that are occurring with you in your sense of individual journeys and lessons here and fears here and programs here. So yes, there are many shifts occurring. This is just but one shift, which you've called the equinox. It is just it's just meaning there's an availability of energy through Gaia, through the stars, and it gets absorbed by you because you're part of her. You have the codes of Gaia and all the galaxies and the stars within you. So automatically, as Gaia and the stars and the universes and all that is receives these codes, as intelligent beings that they are, you by default receive them because you have the codes already within you. It's part of Gaia, it's part of the universe, part of all that is. But understand that the energies will be activated and be used by you intelligently with whatever is needed for you in your ascension journey. If you are not at a frequency to use these energies, they will not be activated within you. They will plant a seed, but they will lay there dormant until you are ready to have those energies assist you. So understand, even though it's available for the whole collective, it depends on your perception of individual frequency here and what you chose to explore here. So those of you who are at the forefront, those of you who are already attuned to the inner wisdom and the guidance and your abilities, you will be able to have more access to the energies because you're at a frequency where that energy will be aligned to your current frequency point. So understand everyone has a unique experience of this depending on their own journey here. But understand there are many shifts, and it's about also opening up to the shifts that are coming that are already here. So understand it is about not placing, we would say, all the importance on an event that may be perceived outside of yourself. All these shifts are actually occurring within you because you have those codes within you, and it is all part of the collective contracts that you wanted, because all of you here chose to play in this expansion game. Even those who are unawakened, you knew that by coming here, you would be part of the great awakening of the human collective, the next evolutionary shift that will propel the human collective to a new evolutionary journey, a journey that has never been experienced before. So understand that everything is occurring exactly how it's supposed to. Everything is within you, and trust that everything that becomes activated within you is happening according to your own journey. So to assist in this process, to assist these available energies to activate a next stage of your own individual journey, is to continue to process what needs to be processed within you, to allow yourself to hold the frequency, to then being able to have those energies and activate more of you within your conscious awareness. So it all depends on you and the conscious work that you are doing in your processing, in you transmuting what no longer is needed for your journey here. And then everything else will bloom and blossom and activate and be transformed within you innately as part of the work that you are doing, the inner work, dear one.
Thank you, Lakeshma.
Dear one. Is there any other questions today before we finish here today? Dear one, know that you are truly not alone in your journey here. Know that many exciting events are coming for you, that are coming because you have chosen it as part of your collective soul contracts. In your terminology, these are intentions that you and your soul families chose to explore here pre-birth, to assist in the collective mission of changing the human timeline, of shifting the human timelines of the human journey to something other than human, to something that aligns to the truth of your oneness state. This is why you are here. Yes, there are many individual purposes here, but it all relates and aligns to collective journey here. So start to see your master teachers in your reality. Start to see the unawakened as awakened, as teachers to you, as activators to you, as beings here to assist you, activate your blind spots of awareness, to assist you to practice being the light for them, to work unison with them, collaboratively, being co-creators here in the activation of this light seeds, of the codes that assists in the bridging of the whole collective consciousness into remembering that they are much more than human, in the remembering that they are one, reflections of one another, in remembering that they are much more than human, in the remembrance that they are truly powerful, that you are truly powerful in every single way, truly limitless in every single way, truly worthy in every single way. You are now witnessing this for your very eyes. You are now starting to experience this for yourself, but you are now required to step into your power, to let go of the resistance that's holding you back from stepping into the truth of your being. It is with such love that we come through today. Know that you are not alone in this journey. Until next time, farewell.